Good morning and welcome back. I've been gone so long. I recorded the video and then I wanted to show you guys something. Jumped up, pulled over everything. Yeah. If I repeat myself, it's because it's deja vu, and I hope I'm not going to forget something around. So I quickly wrote a few pointers here so that I can get myself in in a straight line again. Anyhow, okay, feedback about Kragdag, because I've been gone for a long while because of the preparations for Kragdag, went to Kragdag and everything there. Okay, first things first, Kragdag is a self-sustainability expo that they held. They actually have two of them in South Africa, one in the Western Cape, I think, in the one in Gauteng. It happens once a year. The one in Gauteng is from the 8 till 10 August that it happened this year. It is about 7 kilometers from Ruiten, about 20 kilometers from Pretoria East, on Diamantvallei Landgoed. And they've been doing these markets for quite a while. I think 2017 were my first one that I was an exhibitor. I think they started even long. They definitely did before that. I went there as a visitor first before I was an exhibitor. And then COVID happened, and we didn't do the next market. And then one after, there were a few markets that just were not happening because of COVID. And yeah, things changed. There were a lot of things that I didn't do anymore, and so on. So for a few years, I did not go there. The YouTube channel were birthed, so that was a good thing about COVID. And the UDEMY online soapmaking course happened because of COVID. And I think that kept me a bit busy and not really doing markets. And because I couldn't do markets for quite a while, I actually reduced the amount of soap that I was making. The first market, I went there to sell soap, and we did make some money selling soap. So that's just a little bit of background. The first years or many years, I don't know when they started to do the fee that they charge people. They charge a fee from the beginning, but if you registered online, then you added a free ticket that you can go in for free. It changed this year. I don't know if it changed this year or the previous year, but this year it was 120 Rand per adult for the 3 days. So if you pay 120 Rand, you can come in for all 3 days then you already paid for. If you registered online, then you paid 60 Rand per adult to come and visit the market for the 3 days. So I think that is a bit of a change. This year there was about 32,000 people that came to visit. If I recall correctly, that's the amount that they gave through. I think I expected a bit more feet past my stall because 32,000 people are actually, it's a lot. It's a huge amount of people. The reason why they did not come past me, all of them, or at least half of them, I think it might have been the layout. It might have been just that not everybody is interested in arts and crafts and home baked goods and so on, because the market were divided in different parts. So I think some people might have come just for homeschooling stuff or just farming equipment and things like that. So it might have been that people are not everybody interested in this part of the market, or it might have been because it actually were too big. Because it was on 11 hectares this year, I think the land size doubled and the amount of stalls doubled from last year, if I recall the numbers that they gave through. So it's a bit too big to comfortably go through in one day. I don't think, because it's outside of town, it's a bit of a drive to get there. I don't think everybody wants to come there twice. So I think they really did maybe just skip, do one half of the market, decide they saw what they wanted to see, and then not come back again. So yes, I did expect more. I did expect to see more people. I did expect to have a little bit more sales, but it was really not a bad market. Even though I had to drive 300 kilometers to do it, and even though I had to camp in freezing temperatures, it was still worth it. So I'm gonna lie if I say I did not expect more, but it was really not bad, and I learned a lot of stuff again this year. So let me share some of that to you. Okay, we could have set up from the Monday morning. The previous time that we set up in 2017, we went for the Wednesday, because the market's usually Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So we went on the Wednesday and everybody were there on Wednesday. And it was traffic jams and dust and short humors. People were short fused, and because everybody's just on top of everybody, nobody gets nothing done. It's just it's their makar. So we decided we're going to go a day earlier. So we went on Tuesday. Tuesday morning we went in there. Oh, it was quiet. There were a few cars in there, a few people, whatever. And we set up the gazebo, the tables, the risers on the tables, put on the tablecloths and stuff, and then we just covered it with pieces of cloth to keep the dust out, closed up the gazebo, and we went to the camping place, set up our camp. The next morning, because we were camping right next to it, it was easy. We were already there, easy to get in early in the morning just with the car. So we then actually just went and set up all the products. That's something that I did differently this year. Is at home I did a mock setup in my sitting room. I placed all of my tables where I'm gonna have them. I placed all of my products on it. I took pictures of it. So when we got there, I actually literally just took the pictures out. And my husband could actually help me, because on the pictures you can see, all the crocodile stuff is going to go here, all the tallow stuff is going to go there. This is the sequence I wanted to pack out and so on. So we actually set up very quickly. It was just like this when we were done. Closed everything again with pieces of cloth. Closed the gazebo up. So the setup were actually a breeze this year. It was really quick and easy. By the time we left, I think the big amount of people actually came in, and then it was chaos again. But then we were already set up. The setup was actually quite easy and flawlessly. I don't know, things just went very well there. I've got a list here. Okay. Then another thing, the products were received well. I was actually quite curious about it, because there's quite a bit of a vegan movement going on, and I'm fine with vegans. There's lovely vegans, and then there's some few nasty people out as well. But I don't have a problem with vegans. But usually vegans got a problem with me. I love my tallow. So beef tallow is it's one of my bases. So one part of my range is beef tallow, and the other part is the crocodile oil that I use in my balms and some of my creams and so on. So 80% of my whole range is animal based. It was received excellently. I don't know, I can't remember. There wasn't even one person that were really opposed to it or angry, but I must say I had a big banner outside my gazebo that made it very much clear that there is tallow and crocodile oil and stuff in my stall. While talking about the banner, that is something that I would do next year differently. I had one banner, my husband blessed me with it. So my banner was facing one way, and so if you come from the one direction, you could see it. If you came from the other direction, then you would only see the back of the banner. So it will actually be good to have two banners kind of facing one another. So if the traffic come from either way, then they can see the banner, because it really did draw attention. There was a big crocodile and a cow on it. So it was something different maybe. I will definitely get another banner and set up that way. So it was received quite well. There were lots of people that actually came in and just have a chat. The people overall very friendly, very inquisitive. I really enjoyed it. I learned a lot. That's something on a market. Sales are important, because it costs you a lot of money to get there. It costs you a lot of money to make your products and so on, whatever. So the sale is important, but I think it's even more important to listen to your people. You're going to learn so much from them. Something that I learned is that there is definitely a huge need for face products, even body products and so on, that is less femininely scented. I've actually I've got in my range, I've got my pink line and my green line. The green line is more herbal, minty, depending on what product you are buying. Pink, palmarosa, rose geranium, some lavender. So it's more femininely scented. So, but I think the people are actually looking for a little bit something more woody, maybe cedarwood, uh, something like that. I don't know. I'm gonna look into it, and I'm definitely gonna try to cater for the men a little bit more. I had quite inquiries about beard balms, and I've got a lot of stuff that I make for my family, but I've never actually included it in my range. So I'm gonna look at that. I'm gonna maybe extend my range a little bit and so on. And yeah, even my crocodile face cream is lavender scented. There were men that actually bought it and asked me, next time maybe just go a little bit less femininely scented, a little bit less blommiekerig. There's too much flower scents in here. And for you guys that are following me and want to learn how to make money from markets, this is something that is quite a big game changer for me. My previous market, I took a huge variety of natural soaps. So, a tip for you guys. In these two, there's about the same amount of oil. No, there's less in the body butter than there's more. Most of this product is water. About 50%, maybe 60% water. So I can charge 50 rand, 60, 70 rand for a bar of soap. This one is not my Bourseep, it's a little bit cheaper, but it's just for example. If you make a natural soap, you can go for 80 rand, round about there. You can go much more expensive on body butter than on a soap. And you use less product in a body butter. So your profit margins are much higher on balms and serums and all those kind of things. So if you are thinking about making a living out of making soap, add more things to your range. This definitely not just this. The balms, the body butters, creams, all these kind of things. It really does make a difference because your profit margins are much higher on the other stuff than on soap alone or on the soap. But keep your soaps. People do like the soap, but I haven't sold quite a lot of it. A lot of Bourseep. Yeah, Bourseep is it's the tallow laundry soaps for the people not in South Africa. I've actually sold quite a bunch of these, but really, I don't know, creams, body butters, all those pampering stuff is a little bit more sought after, I think. So that is something to really keep in mind there. Okay, other things. Okay, product needs. I touched on that. Something that sold out quite quickly is castor oil. The thing with me is I can't leave the thing alone. So castor oil came out and I decided, we've got the wheel, let's put some mags on it, go low profile and change something up. I love my herbs as well, so I decided to do infused castor oils. I've got my golden liquid that is fennel and ginger root infused. It's nice and warming and it helps with inflammation and stuff. So it's very nice for aching muscles and joints and so on. And then I've got my rosemary essential oil infused castor oil as well. Rosemary, excellent for circulation and so on. So it's more for if you want to use it on your skin, 1%. It's tolerated quite well for most people. So I had those two. It sold out very quickly, but there were lots of people that inquired for just a plain neat castor oil. And I did not take any of those with me. For some reason, I didn't. Okay, firstly, I skipped. I messed up on my sticker order. I didn't order stickers for those, so I actually just didn't take it because I didn't have stickers for them, to be honest. But there were really a big need for that. And there are a lot of people that actually ask for castor oil to put in their eyes for cataracts. Now, if that is safe or not, I don't really know. It's one of those things that you must go and do your own research on it. But I am really thinking about including a smaller dropper bottle with plain neat castor oil in it. The castor oil that I infuse is cold pressed hexane free castor oil. I had a discussion about the organic side of castor oil. Now, castor oil in South Africa, it's a bossy, it's a weed. It grows everywhere. If it starts to grow somewhere, you can't get rid of the bloody stuff. It's like, yeah, it's impossible to actually just win it over and get rid of it. It grows in dirt. It doesn't even need proper soil. So, in my mind, it's really, really hard for me to try to think that somebody is going to spray any pesticides on castor oil because I don't even think hojas eat it. And the other thing is, you don't need to use synthetic fertilizers and stuff to get it to grow because it grows on nothing. Um, so as long as it is a cold pressed oil and they don't use a solvent to extract it, I've got a very, I don't know, I think that all castor oil might be organic and that you are just paying for the organic certification label a lot of money extra, but I don't know. So if I decide to include this for people that wants to put it in their eyes, then I will buy the organically certified one and distribute that. But yeah, it was interesting to have a whole conversation about organic and so on, because I think there's really a lot of stuff. Look, organic is the best. I love organic, but I really do think some of our products out there are, they are one that is not certified organic and one that is just cold pressed and it's the exact same thing. You're just paying a lot of money extra for the organic certification there, because it costs a lot of money to get something certified organic. So that was an interesting thing that, okay, it was not planned for this video, but anyway, some things might be organic that we don't know about. Okay, then fragrance oils. Yeah, I think I touched on this. I pulled over my camera and I'm not sure if this is deja vu now. I've already spoken it in the first one before I pulled everything over. Just make sure. Yeah, okay. My it's lying on the couch. I hope you guys heard me in the first half because I can't do this another time. So anyhow, you're gonna hear me better now. Um, the feminine fragrance, oh, the pink one sold much faster than my green range. The green range is a little bit more minty, more herbally. It's definitely, I think, more unisex than this is. Definitely more floral. It's my rose geranium, palmarosa, and it's definitely more floral. This sold out quite quickly. So that was those. Interesting, there was a lot of people that came in for specific herbs. There was one guy that came in and asked me, do I have anything with yarrow in it? And I said, oh, well, both of my bombs, I've got the crocodile, it's actually my comfrey crocodile oil and my comfrey tallow bomb. So it's got mostly comfrey in it, but I do have plantain and yarrow in it as well. I've got this stew of herbs that I love for skin healing and so on. So there were people that really came in and asked for specific stuff. And yeah, it's something to take note of. You're going to learn a lot if you listen to your people and listen to the people asking for stuff and so on, and make notes. Because sometimes one person come in and you think, okay, it's the oddball out. It's just one person, and then they come in another one, and then another one, and yeah, those were interesting things. Things that I learned is the pumps actually are quite, people like it. With my castor oil, if you buy castor oil from me, I'm going to send it to you in a glass bottle with just a normal cap with an extra pump if you should like to use the pump, because it's just easier to decant it. You don't open it, there's no dust going in there. You don't incorporate air every time that you open it that can actually oxidize your oils. I love my lotion pumps, but even on the castor oil. So if you are making stuff like that, thinking about sometimes the ease of use, that also does make a difference, because these sold out much faster than the tubs. And yes, the one is a lotion, the one is more like a body butter. There is a difference in the product, but I think the product packaging also made a huge difference there. Okay, so that was the main choice. Okay. Something that I learned about physical stuff on this market is I actually went and I go and I visit other stores if I have a chance, if there's a moment to go visit them. I definitely make a plan to go and visit the people that also sell skincare ranges, soaps, and so on. There's so much that you can learn from them. It's lovely to meet them. Um, it's not for me, to me it's not competition. Just Bliss were one of the other soap making of soap, not really skincare stores. It's not, they did have soap as well, but they also have a whole skincare range. And it's nice to meet other people that are in the same business that you are. So for me, it's not really. If I look at their store, they've got the most beautiful packaging. The way that they set up their store were completely different from mine, but it is lovely. I loved it. So I could compliment them, and they had different fragrance, different ways, and they've got different stuff than I do, even though we both have the a skincare range there. The thing is, I could actually give them a tip. I was lucky the first year that I did Kragdag. I realized that if you choose a store, because I do this, the gazebos back to back. So if you choose one that faces south, then you have most of the shade. The sun comes past the back, and so you have another store behind you. They actually block a lot of the heat in the sun. So they actually face the other side. They had a lot of sun during the day, and even on the hottest part of the day, they had the most beautiful whipped sugar scrubs and stuff. But because of the sun, it was condensing, water were condensing on the sides, a little water droplets ran down the glass on the inside of the products, stuff like that. So if I weren't lucky for my first time, I wouldn't have known the second time. So I told them, you know what, next year if you come back, if you choose where you want to stand, tell the organizers you need a south-facing stall. You can't face the other way because then it's too much sun and stuff on your products. So it's a good thing to go visit people. My next door neighbor, her husband, he's got, I don't know what you call it, fencing grid or something, that he puts up with cable ties against the sides of the gazebo, and then he puts on racks and hooks and stuff. She's got so much exhibit space in the same 3 square meters, or the same 3 by 3 meters, not 3 square meters. The 3 by 3 meter underneath a gazebo, she can exhibit so much more stuff that I could have done on my 3 tables. So it's always good to go and meet other people, go check out how they do stuff, learn from them, learn how they do dust control and all those sort of things. That was something, dust control, that this year, it was, I don't know, you can't explain it to people. Normally what they do, they have a water truck that comes through and spray the dirt, the roads between the gazebos. Early morning before anybody opens up, and then during the day they will do the main rows, but not in between where the people are walking so much. And this year, for some reason, they didn't do that. They only did the main roads, and we had dust on top of dust on top of dust. If you want to try to to sort out dust, don't use a feather duster. It actually creates static electricity. I had one of these bottles in my hand, and I've got my feather duster, and I'm dusting everything, and I'm getting it clean, and I was holding it, and I could literally see where the feathers touched the bottle, how the static electricity, the dust just came shoop, and I've got these tiny little patterns of feathers on my bottle. So I switched to microfiber cloth that I dampened a little bit. That worked for my products, but you can't unpack everything and clean the tablecloths and so on. I had black tablecloths. Next year, I'm going to color code the dust. I'm just going to get tablecloths the same color as Kragdag dust, or Hessian or something, because it was a completely lost case and it really looks dirty. If you've got black tablecloths, and you have this layers upon layers of dust on your stuff. On the side, I have boxed tablecloths that is it lies hangs straight around my table. Even from the front side, it was just this layer of dust. So yeah, definitely color code with the dust if you can do that, if you must. So yeah, that was something as well. Okay, so we're going to learn from other people then. Okay. I also put up a little flag on my gazebo. I think I'm the only one in the whole market that did that, and I'm so glad I did. It's a big market. They've got a booklet with all of the exhibitors, cell phone numbers and stuff in there, and a little bit of info. So I had people that actually phoned me on the market and said, okay, where do I find you? Because this is 11 hectares. There are hundreds of stalls there. It's just too big. So I could tell them, you know what, look for row number 11 or row number 12. I can't remember if we were 11 or 12. And then look out for the yellow flag above the blue gazebo. Because I had an old gazebo that you actually still put the pipes together. I didn't have the gazebo anymore, but I still had all of the pipes. So it was nice short pieces that I just stuck together. And I had this little flag quite a bit above my gazebo. So the moment when you are in row 11 and you look up, you can actually see it from quite a distance. There's the little yellow flag going. So that helped quite a lot. The other thing is, I actually put it up for myself because when I go to the loo and I come back, then I am direction, I don't know where my gazebo is. I can't find it. So I put it up for myself so I knew exactly where to go back to. So that actually helps for that as well. Okay, and then the people that came to visit me, I want to say thank you to you guys. There were people that I met in 2017 that actually came to the exhibit just to come and chat with me. We actually kept contact through all the years. We chat quite often on WhatsApp and so on. So thank you, Francia, for coming to visit me, especially, and coming to support me. And yeah, we had just enough nice catch up there. Then new people that been following me on YouTube and just especially came to come and greet me as well. And then Lizette, I know you are so disappointed that you missed it, but it's okay. We will meet each other face to face at some time. I've got this thing, I don't know, we actually make friends online, and by the time that you meet one another, then it feels like, it's old friends. It's not new friends, but it's good to see faces behind the voices and so on. So I really enjoyed that. And then there were people that came to come and buy product just to come and support me. So thank you for that as well. So yeah, I really, I don't know how to say thank you to you guys because it was really nice. I have friends that, we've been friends for many years that came to surprise me. I was actually quite close to tears when they just popped up into my stall to come and support me. So what I want to tell you guys is thank you for the guys that came to support me. And if you have people that come and support you on your markets and so on, it is actually so precious. And if you know people that does a market, even just pitching up the day and come and say, you know, your place look nice. I love the exhibit. I love the way that you labeled your stuff. It really does make a difference. It carries us. So thank you so very much for each and everyone that came to visit. It was amazing to meet you. It's so nice to make new friends there and so on. I think it's about the whole thing that I can tell you about Kragdag. My next market is going to be in Polokwane, Pietersburg. In 2 months' time, they've got a lentemark. It's a neersitmark. I don't know what you call it in English. You book your table space. Then you pay 300 Rand for it for the 11 days. And they actually do everything for you. You go unpack your stuff, and they have an entrance. People have to walk through, and they pay on the other side for everything that they like to take in there. So it's a new thing. I've done it before with just the soap, and I did well with that. I'm actually quite curious to see this time with all of the other products that's in there. So I will give you guys feedback on that as well. I will put in the description box when it is, where it is, who's the contact person, if there is somebody in Limpopo that wants to do that. 20% commission. They take 20% commission. It's quite a lot. That's something else I want to talk about, you guys. That is something that came up between people that came to visit me and so on. and some marketing strategies that is actually quite important. I tend not to charge much for my for labor, and this is something that I've done for many years, that my products are priced cheaper because I don't charge for my labor, because I make it myself. And one of the guys that spoke to me, and this is a lesson that I've learned and a lesson that I can actually just carry over to you guys, is he said, it's good and well, you're doing everything yourself, but there's going to come a point in time that your business is going to grow to a point that you can't handle everything yourself. And you're going to have to get somebody in to help you. And then you have to pay for labor. And if you haven't charged labor on your products, then you can't just quickly push up the prices and so on, because people get used to what it is. And then you actually start to pay somebody else your salary that you were supposed to receive. And you are going to start to work for free or nearly close to for free. And I must say, I'm getting to a point where I realize I'm working later and later and later. It will go to 6 o'clock at night, maybe sometimes 7 o'clock at night, then it goes to 8 o'clock quickly. Have a little bit of family time, everybody goes to bed, you go back to work, because there's still packages that needs to be packaged. There is some stock taking, you need to know how much product ingredients you have to order stuff. So there is definitely going to come a point where I can't handle this by myself anymore, and I need to look at my pricing. Something else that I learned recently is that especially with skincare products, takeaway, stuff like that, people are either buying because they need a bargain or a treat. And if you are priced in between, then you're neither a bargain or a treat. If somebody wants to buy a bargain in skincare products, they are going to go and buy a petroleum-based product, because it's much cheaper. If you don't have a specific skin need, then you're not going to go for the in-between price. The other people comes for a treat. They want something to spoil themselves with. So if you have a 100% natural, awesome product, and it's priced 45 Rand for a tin of a tub of cream, and there are others that are on the same quality that is being sold for 80 Rand. For some reason, people buy the 80 Rand one because it's a treat. It's not the in-between pricing is not doing anybody good. So I think I'm in the in-between pricing range. I did well on Kragdag. I covered all of my costs. It's expensive to do a market like this. It's 300 kilometers worth okay, it's 300 k's that way and 300 k's back. So 600 kilometers worth of diesel that you need to put in, and there are toll fees in between. I had to pay for my camping fees. You have to pay your stall fees. It is more expensive because you've got a husband that cannot go past pannenkoek and other nice yummy stuff that they normally don't eat at home. So there are extra expenses. I'm just joking about my husband, but also not. He likes nice stuff. So there are extra expenses that you, even in the morning, you want a cup of coffee. You're going to support the guy next door for coffee, and you're going to pay for 2 cups of coffee that you're going to pay for a whole bottle that you could have drank for the whole week. So it is more expensive on the market. So yeah, we need to look at our expenses and so on. With this other market, the neersit market, where you go and put your stuff down. Neersit is to put down for the people in America and around the world, the English speaking people. So if you have, I'm just going to call it a put down market because I don't know the correct term for this. They charge you a fee for your stall space, and they charge commission on top of that. The commission on this one is 20%. So you're actually paying them for their labor. They're going to keep everything nice and tidy. They're going to do the security. They're going to handle the payments and everything. So you are already, I'm going to pay 20% commission to pay their labor they're going to put in there. So I need to look at my labor fees on my stuff. I'm joking. I said, you know what, if you need to buy stuff from my website, do it quickly because stuff might become a little bit more expensive. I'm not joking, but I'm also joking. But I don't know. I need to look at this. This is something I need to look at. And if you are pricing your stuff, you need to look at that as well. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to incorporate my labor because I still want to give an affordable, good product. But I need to make a living as well. I need to get paid a salary. At this moment, I'm just making a little bit of profit on the ingredients and the packaging and whatever. I'm making a little bit of profit on the packet on the product, and I'm not getting paid for labor at the moment. So yes, I'm definitely going to look at that. Okay, and then I don't know why I've never shared my website with you guys. It is www.herboil.co.za. I will leave the link in the description box if you want to go check out my stuff, because for some reason, some of the people that especially came to visit me didn't realize that I actually have a product range. I do have a product range. Never thought about sharing it on YouTube. YouTube were one of those things that I wanted to share my love of making stuff. Yeah, I do have a website. So I'm going to leave that in the description box. You can go check it out. Even if it's just curiosity, please. That is something else that people don't realize. Every time that you click on my website link or put it in, YouTube sees it as traffic there. And if somebody makes a YouTube search, not a YouTube search, a Google search, the more traffic that went through a website, the easier Google is going to show up. You're going to show up on the first page of Google. You guys know, if somebody's not showing up on the first page of Google, you might go and look at the second page, but after the second page is like an tata hasi, I'm not even going to try go there. I'm just going to try a new search term or something. So every click helps because it's going to help me to surface on page number 1 on Google and stuff like that. So I think I've sorted everything, or I covered everything, not sorted everything. I'm never sorted. Quickly looking through my list here, I think I've covered everything about Kragdag for the moment. So yeah, if you are still with me after 37 minutes, oh my goodness, it was a long video. It was not intended. I thought I'm just going to quickly give you some feedback. Thank you for spending time with me. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for the guys that came to visit me. And just thank you, because I really appreciate you guys. You must keep well, stay safe, and I will see you guys in a new video. Okay, bye.